Well, I'm gonna introduce you guys. I wanted to do this previously. I call this the snap effect. This explains the Elliott-Rogers decision to go for retribution and why it was completely different from just playing the lottery and trying to win $1 million just so he could look even richer than he already was. It was so delusional, right? For a guy to be like, oh, gonna create an image that will attract girls. Man, that is so delusional. Because the only way you can be attractive is when you choose to fight instead of flee. When you become a fighter, you're attractive to everyone. But if you want to become a fighter, you gotta destroy yourself first and start suppressing yourself first. And if I'm creepy, I gotta fucking kick myself in the ass and change a lot of habits and waste a lot of time to just be at all approachable and attractive to a certain degree. It's like, holy fucking shit. I have met or I have been friends with a sociopath and a narcissist. A narcissist who wasn't necessarily a fighter. Now I would scratch my head and double think on that, but I still don't think he was a fighter. And then the sociopath, who was in fact a fucking fighter, it felt like he was stabbing me in the back all the time. And in fact, I know one sociopath right now. But he's an old dude, so I have no idea how to deal with this motherfucker. I'm starting to understand that a lot of people are just fucking evil. Holy shit. Whether they're a fighter or a fleer, and I hate that word fleer, like seriously, fucking fleer? I cannot say a flyer, I can't say anything, it's just fleer. You flee from a fight, so you fleer, right? God damn it. So stupid. But let's run with this until we'll find something better. Retreat. Man, I can't figure it out. Anyways, I find it very interesting in Shane's part 4 on Jake Paul. Nick Crumpton, he's a fucking genius. At least everything he says that comes out in very smart. At least for me. Very useful insights. I guess sort of because he's an authority figure after all, and I hate authority, but that's what I love to do. I love hating, guys, so buckle up, right? He dropped 3 insights that I really liked, which is Jake doesn't want to show emotions because you might reveal weakness. Well, that's just another way to describe a fighter. Someone who doesn't want to show true self, doesn't want to show weakness because he's a fighter, right? Like, bam, obvious. Super obvious. Once you put on that tag. That's a fighter right there. And Logan would actually be willing to show weakness. Because he plays on a different kind of game. He wants to show that, like, an empathic side. But that's why I hate the word fleer, because it doesn't describe the intention. A fighter wants to defeat conflict, and that word X, fleer, wants to dodge conflict. but like dodge it in a very cool manner. Like, oh, I'm better than you, buddy. Don't even bother with me. So yeah, I'm gonna add like a fourth question mark in this point. Like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. So the second insight was the Santa problem. Will kids still watch Jake's stuff if they knew it was all fake? And I can solve this problem as well. There are 3 stages when it comes to everything is fake situation. You watch a cartoon, right? It's all fake, but you still watch it. Why do you do this? Because of the story? Because there's something real in there? Absolutely, there's something real in there. But it's even crazier when you have to prove to yourself that the cartoon is actually fake. Oh, Naruto is fake? You want to prove that to me? I know that. But there's something real in there. I know it. There's always something real in every ultra fake story, and Shane actually dug out that real thing, right? That affair that happened between Jake and Logan. That's pretty cool. And of course, when people leave Team 10, I think they're really upset because there is a lot of social pressure. And that's the third thing that Nick Crumpton revealed, is that social pressure feels like you either have to support Jake or you're out, right? That Jake likes decisiveness and likes people on their side. He needs to know whether he can trust you or not. That's Jake's personality. That's fire personality in a nutshell, boys. Who else does that? Who likes sides so much? Have you heard of Avatar Korra, for example? Oh, it's not real enough for you? Really? Really? Because she does everything. She even falls into amnesia just to give us a good example of a panic attack that fire people always have. Also, she mastered fire very quickly as well, as being a fucking waterbender. Does that even make sense? It's crazy. And again, she's pretty fucking arrogant and likes people to be on their side. And she's also pretty independent as well, if you can not notice that. But yeah, I don't want to dig too deep into bullshit because Avatar Core is just a shitty avatar in general. Shitty story. Everything's just shitty. I don't want to trash too much either, but like, maybe we hate Korra for the same reason that we hate Jake, but that's where my speculation begins, and I stopped solving problems for some reason. There's more, obviously. I haven't even started with the snap effect. There's more. So the panic attacks. Anthony Padilla actually brought it up for me, because he's one of those fire people as well. And I even had a few panic attacks myself, but they're not as big of a deal. I just like tasted what a panic attack is. This is when you black out in your memory. Your memory blacks out. You're completely paralyzed. You don't know anything. You barely can hold yourself on autopilot anymore. You barely do things on autopilot. But if you had to do anything new, you would be completely blown out. Like, you're empty on the inside and you're barely grasping your memory. It's the worst feeling ever. And you can actually conjure that feeling on your own. It's not blacking out type of feeling. And blackout attacks is a completely different thing. This is where your memory gets wiped. You don't even know who you are and what you're doing and where you are and how your life is structured. Anything. Your ego just poof. All your ego just poof. And this is the scariest thing for a fire person. Because they love their ego so much. Oh my God. They love it so much. And they're very friendly. But they really, really want people to get on their side because they love their ego so much. They might be friendly. They might look very, very... Anthony's not a fighter, right? But deep down, he wants, as he attracts all these weird people, he's just laughing at them. He's sort of playing with them. He's hoping that they will care about him more than he will care about them. There's some weird shit there as well. I'm not sure how panic attacks relate to sleep paralysis because it's sort of similar but not really. Because you are sort of paralyzed, but like, let's not even bring that up. But panic attacks are very interesting, just to say the least. And that Anthony actually brought it up, that he's actually suffering from this shit. And I think this is common with all fire cores. Nick Crumpton actually brought it up as well. Every single time Jake is confused, you can see that on his face. And I think that's exactly when panic attack happens and how it looks like. It's very visible, actually. You can see it on a person's face, absolutely. It's very easy to detect or test. Okay, so we got through that. Now get to the actual snap effect. Here's a funny fact for you. Who's the most likely in this whole story to be the sociopath? Or become a sociopath? Be possible to be a sociopath? For all the characters that we know so far, what we have Shane, we have the camera guy, we have Jake, Nick Crumpton now. We even have Jake's parents as introduced in the whole story. And I say that the most likely person to be a sociopath is Shane's therapist. It's crazy, right? But she's learning about psychology. She has some deep-ass problems or passion about emotions. She really cares about emotions, if you notice that. She even puts her work or works using her emotions, right? Oh, this is how I detect a sociopath. I just feel it. Are you serious? This is the stupidest thing you can say to a logical thinking person, man. I look into patterns, I observe. But feel? Sociopath? Really? That's stupid. This is why I hate water people, okay? They always go into emotional fucking tool set, let's put it that way. They just use that. It's just stupid, right? But they use all different things. It's just 10-10 strategy. But this strategy is obviously stupid. But when you actually deal with a sociopath, you understand that they're pretty good fighters too, okay? Because you treat them as they're stupid, but holy shit, they stab you in the back like crazy, okay? And every single water person can snap and become a fighter. Sociopath is a water fighter. That's it. While Jake is a firefighter. Okay. Yes, it's a stupid combination of words, but let's run with this. Firefighter. Okay. Got this. Possibly Tana is the most likely sociopath ever. Okay? She's not in the story, but she's like, if there's any sociopath, Tana, okay? Pointing fingers. Seriously, guys. She's not only emotion driven, but like evil and social. Like, she's out there. Fighters like to socialize, right? Surround themselves by people and connections, and well, destroy themselves and to a certain degree destroy their own emotions and act like robots in a way. And they look pretty ugly. And they always bring up themselves sometimes. Okay, sometimes. They bring up that they're ugly. I have been friends with a sociopath. And I felt like I was stabbed in the back. Quite a lot. They like to pretend that they're on your side. And this is why sociopaths are so good against fire. This is why water is good against fire. Because they pretend that they're on your side, but they constantly read your emotions on how you react, right? It's so fucking annoying. They constantly bring up some sensitive stuff, and they look into your face. They look in every single thing you do and read the fuck out of you. And actually, I know a sociopath, and I'm gonna confront him for all of this bullshit that he's doing. He's an old fucking sociopath, but I figure it out. I'm like, holy shit. I finally exposed this piece of shit. And I now understand his strategy. Right? They just talk seemingly meaningless things, but like they're trying to read your emotions and how you react to certain situations. For example, that old guy would say, oh, Guru next would have no problem taking care of me and whatever. I would just buy him a beer or something, and he will clean my room or something. That's no problem for him. And I would just sit here, and he's talking about me, but he's just, kind of putting me in a situation. Now I have to react, and now all he wanted is just to get that reaction and figure out whether it's gonna be easy or not. And even then, he's already playing with you. He's putting you in a situation, he's making you comfortable. Like, god damn it, this is some fucking next level strategy. But I have to hands off. As good as this strategy is, it's revealed to me now. Oh, Santa is not real. Oh boy, what a nasty thing. Now, can I talk about snap effect already? So the only way that Shane's therapist could become a sociopath, if she snapped. I can snap. I'm not a fighter, but if I snap, I sort of get out of control and become very destructive, but that's only because I'm struggling to become a fighter. See, when a non-fighter becomes a fighter, they create conflict. And it's just so impossible to dodge conflict all of a sudden because now you have become a fighter. It's a lot more obvious when a fighter stops being a fighter. Because they're so social, they have so many connections. And when they stop socializing, when they start retreating into well, their own little cave, everyone is like, what the fuck's going on? Right? Because they have expectations. They want to be cared for just like they usually were cared for. Let's say if Shane was to retreat in a little cave and didn't want to talk about anything with anyone, that would be weird. That would create so much conflict and chaos, and everyone would actually chase and attack him for that. And he would be forced to choose to stay like this, to continue sort of self-destructive, this self-destructive behavior, or, you know, go back and being a fighter. This is why this first choice, this first switch, it's unbelievably difficult to do, because you immediately create a lot of conflict. I would create a lot of conflict if I became a fighter, because I have a lot of shit. I have a lot of power that I have been hiding all this time. If I all of a sudden reveal all of this power, people will be like, holy shit, we need to put this guy down quickly. I think he's being homicidal, right? Because that's what people would think if they detect an impulsive behavior. Impulsivity could also mean unpredictable, right? People want to put other people in the boxes and make sure that everything is predictable, but oh boy, this is what, oh my god, this is the best. This is why Shane's therapist said, I hate impulsive people. She was talking about herself, and she had this bad feeling about herself. Because she can be impulsive, I can be impulsive, anyone can be impulsive. They can switch into that evil other side, very destructive, but everyone wants to do that. That's the problem. Everyone wants to snap, because that's the only way you can become a ninja. Roll credits, boys. See you guys.